When it comes to value for money, free beer is unbeatable. In my last video, I show how to install and begin to use Qwen Free Coder completely for free. And in this video, we will do the same for Google Gemini. So, everyone have heard of Google Gemini. It's a well-known, fast and capable model from Google. But not that many people heard what you can use it for free for coding purposes. There is a thing called Google Gemini Cli. It's a command line tool which has very generous free tier for use. So there is a free tier of 60 requests per minute and 1000 requests per day, completely for free with any normal personal account on Google. Wonderful. Now, by itself, Gemini Cli is not the best for AI-assisted coding. So I will show you better solution, and I will show you how to set it up so it will work together using the same free tier. If that sounds cool to you, let's go. First thing we will need here, we need to have installed Node.js. So I have version 22, but any version newer than version 20 will work. If you don't know how to install it, I have link in the description. Now, we will need, after installation of Node.js, we will need to install Gemini Cli. I do it installing it globally with command npm, what comes bundled with Node.js. It takes some time, 10-15 seconds, depending on your internet connection. First installation can be slightly slower. So, very well. Now I have to restart my session. So new command will be available and I can just say Gemini. Good, it runs. Now we need to authenticate. Without authentication, it will not work. So here I choose login with Google. So very first option. And I use my private account, normal account. I guess nearly everyone has it. And that's it. Gemini Code Assist and Gemini Cli are authorized to access your account. Very good. So we can check if it works. Hi. Yep, hi there, how can I help? Very nice. So we see what Gemini 2.5 Pro is available. But as said, Gemini Cli is not the best for agentic coding, so I want to leave it to itself, /quit. And before we proceed to Visual Studio Code, let's take a look. We need to be sure what authentication file was created. I'm using OS X MacBook. On Linux it will be the same. I will check for a home folder and Gemini. Folder exists and we are interested in this authcreds.json file. We need to have it. That's important. Maybe you want to check it via normal user interface. Why would you? Let's say you use Windows, right? So we will need to find this .gemini folder. It should be somewhere here, right? And yeah, we see what this file is also here. If you're running Windows, I've heard what guys with Windows and WSL experience problems getting those authcreds JSON file to appear. If you run into this problem, I can suggest just running Ubuntu in Docker and doing the same installation, the same command, and then copy-pasting this file, or maybe just mapping a volume to Docker, so you will get it all created in your file system. I don't have Windows here, and I can show it to you, but I hope you can deal with that. If not, write in comments, we will find solution. Well, then, enough is enough. Let's continue to Visual Studio Code. For real development, I prefer to use something more interesting. There is a Visual Studio Code, my favorite IDE, and in Visual Studio Code, just install it normal way via Marketplace, Killer Code AI Agent. Wonderful tool. By the way, if you might be using Rook code, not killer code, which is absolutely fine to me. Very same way will work in root code as well, by the way, as they are very, very close to each other. So I have killer code installed here, and I have killer code pulled to the side, to the right sidebar, so it's more convenient to use. Now, I will switch to settings. I will create a new configuration profile. Let's say Gemini Cli. Create profile. As an API provider, I will use Gemini Cli, not Google Gemini. That's different. And if you have this file created with a standard path in home folder .gemini.of underscore creds.json, then basically that's it. It's settled. If it's, in your case, in different path, you might want to specify it here. And last thing here, we should choose the model. So I will scroll somewhere down. Flash will be faster, Pro will be smarter. Whatever is your preference today. Done. Save and done. Now I can choose this model here. Good. And I can ask, what model are you? After short thinking, agent will answer, okay, agent will answer what it's killer code, but it does run 1.5. I guess that, no, I'm pretty sure I've chosen Pro. Try again. I think this time, yeah. Okay, that definitely looks better to me. Let me know in comments if it behaves a similar way to you. But my experience with Gemini Cli so far is positive. Gemini 2.5 Pro offer big context window and work pretty nicely. By the way, if you are new to killer code and AI-assisted coding in general, I have a wonderful series on teaching of AI-assisted coding, specifically with killer code. The very same will work with root code, and principles will be applicable to each and every agent on the planet. Still, I recommend those two. It's on the Killer Code video channel, and the link is in the description. So, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or something doesn't work to you, write it in the comments. I will be glad to help you. And see you in the next video.